Alright, hello everyone. We are in Nagarhole at what is it called? What is this range called? Ane Chokouru range, and we are here to look for langurs, particularly Semnopithecus hypoleucus and probably subspecies Achatus. It's 23rd of June 2023, and with me is of course our driver Shivana, and there's Ayappa, the local tracker, helping us out. There is Suraj and Professor Chetan Nag from Jain University, and this is a project that Chetan Nag had initiated. The idea is to try and figure out what's going on with the species and subspecies status of some of these langurs. And the other problem with the langurs is, looks like there's hybridization going on between either the grey langur and Johnite, which is Nilgiri langur, and maybe also between Hypoleucus and Nilgiri langur. So that is something we are trying to explore, what's really going on in this system. We'll be doing some molecular work. So Suraj is collecting fecal samples. We have been here for almost 2 days now. This is the 3rd day, right? Yeah. So unfortunately it's pouring right now, so I don't know whether we'll have any langur sighting. We had a langur sighting some time back, but that was about it. So so Chetan, what do you think? Let me just turn around and talk to Chetan while it's raining. So Chetan, tell us more about this project. Why do you think it's important?
Langurs are a model species for many interesting reasons, and one of them is, there's a very popular disease called Casanur forest disease.
Casanur forest disease.
Yeah.
KFD.
So till date we didn't know what species was this, and why is it spreading, and what species it's spreading. So it becomes very important from the health point of view.
Yeah.
And that's why we need to know what species is that.
Yeah.
But in Nagarhole,
Yeah.
In spite of the best identification, we have been unable to, morphologically identify langurs.
Some populations at least.
Some populations.
Yeah.
And here it becomes more and more enigmatic, and we are unable to actually decide what kind of species and what should be the criteria to delimit species. So it becomes very interesting, and it's very
yeah. There is also the hybridization question, which has conservation implications, right? Because if there's hybridization going on, then maybe the more restricted, the species with more restricted distribution might get genetically swamped by more widely distributed species.
True.
So
but this becomes very interesting location for the very simple reason that there's Kerala on one side and Karnataka on one side, and if you go a little further it becomes Tamil Nadu. So there's something happening in Tri-Junction, and that's how it also becomes interesting point to ideally examine what's going on here. Why is this so enigmatic?
Yeah. Well, let's hope our work will throw some light on it. We're going to be looking at both morphological characters as well as molecular data.
Sure.
And Suraj, who is Chetan Nag's student, is doing all that work here. Suraj, do you want to add anything?
Yeah. So I have been doing field work for last year.
Yeah.
It is very interesting. Langurs are very interesting to watch. They're very closer to human beings, so their hierarchy, their troop size, troop data, all I'm counting, so I'm getting familiar with Langur populations and how the hybridization and where it is happening. So that's very interesting.
So the hybridization between Priam and and Jonai. So Semnopithecus priam is the grey langur, and Semnopithecus Jonai is Nilgiri langur.
Black.
And both you and Chetan Nag's work has basically shown that there are at least 6 places.
Yeah, seven places.
7 places.
4 previously known, and 3 we found new in last year only. Last 6 months,
So you plan to sample all those locations. We have already sampled quite a few.
Sampled. We'll try more locations to find more locations.
Yeah. So anyways, it seems like a very interesting system. Lot of interesting questions to be addressed.
Yeah.
And so we will start vlogging more once the rain situation improves. It looks like it has stopped raining, and hopefully we'll get to see some langurs. I have not been able to get a close shot of these langurs, so I'll report back after we find something interesting to show and talk about. Okay, our search for the langurs have brought us to this anti-poaching camp. There's elephant trench around it, and here's the electric fence. Let me show it to you a bit closer. It's not live right now. And there's the anti-poaching camp, which is surrounded by forest. The rain has just stopped a bit now, so that's the vehicle we came in. This place is like 9 kilometers from the nearest motorable road, and it's really amazing how people working here, they have to basically get here every day, or at least once in a few days. They have to walk at least 9 kilometers through this jungle. Hats off to the foot soldiers who work in this anti-poaching camp. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗೋಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತಾ? ಚಿಕ್ಕದ್ದು ಲಂಗೂರ್ಗೆ ಮೆಲ್ಲ. Skink, hang on, let's just finish the... Alright, here we have some fresh langur poop out there. So we're gonna collect some DNA sample. Here is Suraj, who is going to take a swab and just, sort of roll over the outer surface of the fecal sample. That's where most of the host DNA is, and then he's going to put it into the this is a buffer, right? Some kind of a buffer. What's the ingredient of this buffer?
TE buffer.
Oh, it's TE buffer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And that will be used to extract DNA.
Yeah.
So this is non-invasive collection of DNA from host. So this is part of our study to determine hybridization between 2 species of langurs, the Hanuman langur and actually the grey langur and Nilgiri langur. So there's a troop right here, so we stopped by to collect some samples. As you can see, the trees shaking up there, so there's a big troop here, and there's quite a few fecal samples. And now what Suraj is doing is picking up the whole fecal sample and putting it into ethanol. This is what, 70% ethanol?
100%.
100%.
Chinese
Okay.
grade.
And next to Suraj on the left here is Professor Chetan Nag from Jain University, helping out his student collect the samples. And so we are all together working on this project. There is our driver Shivanna and our tracker Nimesdo.
Amit.
Amit alva? Amit.
You need more from it. Let's take one more, no?
Yeah.
If you don't have samples from this area, I think taking one more is not a bad idea.
Yeah. To be on safer side.
So this species that we have been looking at or collecting samples from and sort of looking at their morphological characters is Semnopithecus hypoleucus. Hey, Chetan, so it's Semnopithecus hypoleucus achates, right? So it's much smaller than the hypoleucus that you find in the drier parts of Karnataka. And we just noticed that the tail carriage, oh there's one up there, the tail carriage is more S-shape rather than inverted U. Oh, by the way, this is the vehicle we are traveling in. So we have been doing some sample collection in Nagarhole Tiger Reserve, and also noting down the morphological characters of the langurs here. The main aim of the project being to try and understand if there's hybridization going on in certain parts of the range of Nilgiri langur and grey langur. We have found a couple of places where there is hybridization going on. Okay, I see a calotus on the tree there. Let's see if I can get closer. Anina.
Oh, there. Herd of elephant. There.
Oh, one single tusker there. Okay, there's an elephant here, so we have to run. Hey, get all your stuff. Come. You want me to put it in?
No, done.
Hey, come on, hurry up. It's right there.
Good. No problem.
Okay. Okay, check out this really large herd of spotted deers in the dry, backwater area of Kabini, which extends all the way there. I don't know, this herd must be, what's your estimate, Chetan? Maybe 100?
Around 200.
Oh, 253. Oh, and there are langurs in the foreground.
Yeah.
Is it langur? No, it's not langur.
No, they are bonnets.
Bonnets, yes. They are all bonnet macaques. All foraging. And apparently water level has been quite low this summer. So this part is actually all dry. And it's sort of turned into a grassland, and there are more spotted deer coming in. Alright, that's the Kabini backwater area, completely dry. So 9 elephants, 1 tusker, and a whole bunch of spotted deer. Okay, here, take it.
Three are there. I think one more is back side. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Since it has moved, people are expecting the tidal movement.
I see. Check out this old temple here. Beautiful old temple. A whole bunch of deers out there. But this temple is just amazing. ಒಳಗಿನ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಚ್ಯೂ ಇದೆಯಾ? Oh, there's a stone god in there. Oh, tribal da. Check out that. There's some wild boars there. And this animal has a net stuck on its antlers. Oh, and there are some langurs here. Let's go check it out. Boars are on the run. Oh, they got off. I thought they wanted to see something.
They wanted to pee.
That's the vehicle we are traveling in. So I think.
Stop.
Check out the somber deer there.
I mean, you can get down.
Shall I?
Like yesterday.
Okay.